Dr. Mindy here, and on this video, I'm going to go over some major concepts that you all need to know to get into ketosis. So the first is, what are you eating? Because what you eat will determine how quickly you can get over into fat burning mode. Second is, what are we doing in the fasting window to be able to amplify the third principle, which is, how do we go after stored sugar? So if you're new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. I am a woman on a mission to get 1 million people fasting. So please hit the subscribe button and notification bell, and hopefully everything you want to know about building a fasting lifestyle, you'll find here. And those of you that share my video out, so grateful for you. Okay, it's fast training week, and I got a new tool. Very excited to use it with you guys. Let's see how this goes, so bear with me. For starters, remember, for Fast Training Week, Element always sponsors our Fast Training Week. They give away 5 free boxes every single day. Just put companion guide in your comments, and we'll send you a link with actually everything I'm about to say to you, but also you'll learn how you can win a free box of Element. Okay, here's something really huge that we have not discussed on this channel. And by the way, I do look at your guys' comments. I look at where you are grabbing these principles and where there are gaps of information. So a lot of what I'm going to talk about right now is really based off of some gaps of information that I want to make sure you all understand. Remember, when we are eating, we have sugar burner and we have fat burner. So the reason we love the ketogenic diet is because it helps us be better sugar burners. And there are 3 types of ketogenic diet, the way I see it in the studies that I have done. There are the original ketogenic diet is what we call traditional keto. This was actually quite popular for people with seizures, people with cancer, and it was aimed at keeping your carbohydrate grams down somewhere around 25 grams. Then we have the Ketobiotic diet, which is the diet I love, the name I came up with, because what I started to see was that when people were going into the more traditional keto, that they really were struggling with getting enough prebiotic, probiotic, polyphenol foods, and they weren't supporting a healthy microbiome. That is not good for blood sugar. That's not good for ketosis. So Ketobiotic, what I did is I upped your grams and let you guys have more carbohydrates, but I encourage you to have them from nature's foods. What we're going to be doing this fast training week is really talking about low keto. And low keto is really aimed at getting to that stored sugar. So, and you'll see the rules of fast training week here. We're going to focus on keeping your carbohydrate load under 10 grams. Yeah, it's a challenge, but we're doing it so that we can go after stored sugar. So let's talk about this for a moment. What exactly is stored sugar? So if you guys know, I talk about fat burner, sugar burner all the time, and I actually found this popcorn picture. I thought it was kind of a good example of when we have been a sugar burner. It's like our blood sugar bucket has been filling. And what we're trying to do is get you over into this fat burner mode where your blood sugar bucket is much lower. So that's how I visually look at when I look at sugar burner, fat burner. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, here's the trick. And this is why you guys struggle with getting into ketosis. So what has been happening to you guys, a lot of you that you may not realize, is that all those years you've been filling your glucose bucket, is that your body has had to store that somewhere. And so it's stored it in some very strategic places. So it stored it in the liver, which is a big reason why it's been difficult for some of you to get over into ketosis. We'll talk about that in a moment. It stored it in fat. Obviously, we know that. Whenever you look in the mirror, I really encourage you, just when you don't like a body part and you're like, it's got too much fat, all that is your body stored sugar and toxins and some hormones there. So let's get it to get out of you by using the principles of fasting. We also know it stores it in muscles. This is why workout is great for getting you into that ketogenic energy system, fat burning system, is because it burns the glucose that's in muscles. And then anybody who's dealing with Alzheimer's, diabetics that are struggling with macular degeneration, things like that, a lot of times the body will store sugar in the brain and in the eyes. So I tell you all this to say that what we want to start doing is bringing the sugar level down by doing low keto. That's what low keto is for, is bring that sugar level down and making sure that we are fasting somewhere between 13 to 15 hours on a fairly regular basis so that we're tapping into the ketogenic energy system. So here's how that works. For this fast training week, what we are going to do, and it depends on when you're watching this, we do 5 days once a month as a community. We practice different fasts. And this one, we're going after that stored sugar. Our whole goal is we want to go after where your body has stored this sugar. That's what Fast Training Week is focused on. So here are the rules. I want you guys to eat a low keto meal and pair that with at least 17 hours of fasting. Okay, so let's talk about why this combination is so profound for going after that stored sugar. And that's really what I want to highlight for you guys this time around is low keto paired with 17 hours of fasting is going to allow you to bring this glucose level down, fast long enough to force your body to dump the sugar that it's stored in this area. Now, this is really important because if you have a lot of stored sugar in this part of your body or these parts of your body and you're fasting, you might start to see your blood sugar going up or you might struggle to get into ketosis. And a large part of that can be because in the absence of blood sugar coming in, the body goes and it dumps it from these other areas. So we want to dry these areas out of any stored sugar so that anytime you do a 13 to 15 hour fast, you can click into this ketogenic energy system, make ketones, and become this very efficient fat burner. But when you first come to the ketogenic diet, it's a little challenging. We've got to figure out how to empty the glucose bucket so we can get into the ketone bucket. And that's why for this fast training week, I'm encouraging you to go low keto. All of this, by the way, will be on the companion guide. So just put companion guide in your notes or in your comments, and my team will send you it's free, send you a link for the companion guide. But the goal this fast training week is to go after that stored sugar by going into a low keto and pairing that with 17 hours fasts. Last thing, the reason I wanted to highlight this is because when I'm doing this video, we're about to go into the holiday season. So this is a really good combination to do before you're about to eat a lot, which most people do during the holidays. What you want to do before a big event, you can do this around a vacation as well. You can do this after a vacation, is when we get off with our diet, what happens is that we start increasing the glucose bucket, and that glucose bucket spills over into these organs. So if you don't have fasting, if you don't have this low keto style of eating, then you're just going to be filling up that glucose bucket. So what we're doing this week is we're emptying the bucket and then we're fasting long enough so that we can start to prime the ketogenic energy system. This low keto style of fasting is my go-to fast when I'm working with a client who is stuck with weight loss or somebody who has maybe had extra glucose in the brain, is having memory issues, or even people with eyesight challenges. A lot of times it's because the body has socked glucose there. So cool thing is we can go low keto for a couple of days and pair it to fasting, and then boom, we've gone after that stored sugar. So low keto, stored sugar, that's the name of the game for this fast training week. I have 2 questions for you. 1, is that helpful? Does that help you understand when you guys can't get that result that you want? Are you getting where you get stuck? And 2, what do you think of my board? You like it? There's going to be a steep learning curve. Curious your opinion. Love you guys. And as always, I hope that helps.